Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline. I'm a third grade teacher and I'm going into my second year of teaching. Now, in my first year of teaching, I really didn't realize how much you needed to prepare for your first day of school. There were so many little things that I was totally forgetting about. So in this video, I am going to either remind you of everything that you need to prepare for, or two, prepare you in case you don't know. I've been also doing other videos about classroom management, so if you're interested, hit that subscribe button below and keep watching. So I'll go over the obvious things that you are going to need for your first day of school, and that is going to be your first day of school PowerPoint. Now I have a video on my first day of school PowerPoint if you want to go check it out, and I'm also going to link my first day of school PowerPoint that I used last year down in the description below on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's just a free download. You can go ahead and download it and tweak it up, get some ideas and stuff like that. In your first day of school PowerPoint, you're going to go over rules and procedures, go over routines, stuff like that. And that PowerPoint isn't there for you to read straight from. It's just there to direct your first day of school so that you don't forget about anything. One thing I wasn't prepared for was a first day of school packet. One of my coworkers told me she was gonna have a packet for them to work on while other students start coming in, and I just thought that was such a great idea and something that I didn't even think about. I kind of just thought we were all gonna come in at the same time and class gets started. But that wasn't how our first day of school was. Students were just coming in whenever they arrived at school, and for the most part, most of our morning we were waiting for all of the students to get there and to unload their backpack with their supplies and stuff like that. So a first day of school packet is definitely something to consider. It could be like crossword puzzles, coloring sheets, little brain work, stuff like that. At our school, we had a meet the teacher the day before school, and that was just an opportunity for students to come in and for parents to fill out parent contact forms and student information sheets, and for the students to also give some of their supplies so that they're not coming to school with all of their supplies. But I will say I only met 2 of my students on Meet the Teacher Day. So with that being said, on the first day of school, I sent home parent forms and student information forms that the parents need to fill out that they didn't fill out on Meet the Teacher Day because they didn't go. So I downloaded a parent information student sheet from Teachers Pay Teachers, and I'll link that below of different ones that are free that you can go ahead and download and make some copies so that you could be prepared for the first day of school. On that sheet, it's pretty much just the parent information, how they plan on going back home, because that's very important on the first day of school, just to know how your students are getting home. And that would have been really awesome if I had all the parents come on Meet the Teacher Day and I knew on the first day of school how everyone was getting home. But that wasn't the case. So definitely have that ready. And on the sheet it also has like a little box of like, what should I know about your child? And usually that is very useful information. I got a lot of them back. I got most of them back. And that information box was very useful. They also have like a box for like allergies and stuff like that. You're gonna also want your Meet the Teacher paper. So this is a paper that you usually give on Meet the Teacher Day if your parents show up, and it's an information sheet all about you. And I'll also link mine below, or just a few others that are free that you can get ideas from. You can make your own, or you can just download one from Teachers Pay Teachers and put your own information and your own face on it. But pretty much you have your face and you have just some like maybe some educational background, and I had a box of like my favorites, like my favorite chocolate bar, my favorite coffee shop, just stuff like that. And then I also had a box talking about expectations, like these are my expectations of you being in my class. And that is just really great for parents to know. And I think having your face on the paper is actually very helpful as well, because you might, one, not ever meet a parent, because I did not meet all my parents either, but it's nice for them to kind of put a face to their teacher's name. On field trips, a lot of the parents had to meet us at the field trip location, and if they didn't know how I look like, then it's probably hard for them to find their child. So put your face on there, put some useful information on there, and just have a stack ready for Meet the Teacher Day, but also on the first day of school for those students that didn't make it on Meet the Teacher Day. Preparing for the first day of school, you are also going to definitely take a look at your class, but also take a look at some seating arrangements that you want to work with. I kind of did like a C for my groups. Like I didn't put my groups like 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it kind of made like a sharp C. And I just love that seating arrangement because they're still a group and they can still chat, but they're not all staring at each other, which can definitely lead to just some useless conversations. But I loved it because one student, all they have to do is turn around and they're all looking at each other. So anyways, look up some classroom seating arrangements and think about what works best for your classroom size and the amount of students that you have, and work with what you got. Definitely fool around. I know like the first day that I was in my classroom, I was in there all day. That whole day that I was there was used for figuring out the seating arrangement. Literally the whole day. I didn't even get anything else done besides that, but I left very happy because I was like, oh, this is good. And I will say throughout the entire year, I did not move anything around. Like the seating arrangement stayed the way it was because it worked so well, and I didn't really have to move a lot of students around throughout the year. I also had to prepare an open house PowerPoint. I just made it myself going off of a flip book that I got from Teachers Pay Teachers, so they kind of went hand in hand. So as the parent is opening up the flip book, the page that they were on in the flip book was the same thing that was on my PowerPoint. So I'll kind of go over what the flip book and the PowerPoint entailed. Our schedules, which is really important because if you want to check your child out one day, you kind of know, okay, well, they're in math at this time. I might not want to check them out during math. The next slide was rules and their red folder, their blue folder. The red folder had like their test, and it went home once a week. So they knew that on Mondays, all of their test papers were coming home and they were expected to sign any D's and F's. Their blue folder had any of their like classwork that they did and their behavior chart. We did the clip chart method, so the students had to color in the color that they landed on. And so the parents know that their blue folders come home every day and they are able to see their classwork and maybe any announcements that I sent home, and they would know the color that their child landed on behavior-wise. I also had a slide more about our behavior system. I used the clip chart method. I also used team points, which worked so well, and then I used class points as well. So they're working on themselves individually, but also as a team and also as a class. And then I had a slide about homework. And then I had a slide about our curriculum and what we were going to be learning specifically in the 3rd grade. So definitely kind of put a flip book together. I got mine off Teachers Pay Teachers, and then I just tweaked it all according to what I wanted the parents to know. And then literally I just copied every section of the flip book into a PowerPoint. So it literally just looked exactly the same, hand in hand. So it wasn't hard, it didn't take too long. I think what took long was cutting it all out and stapling it and actually putting it together. So definitely have a open house PowerPoint or flip book, something for your parents. So yeah, what you need to be preparing for the most is your first day of school PowerPoint, your open house PowerPoint, your Meet the Teacher form, a parent contact form, and I will link all of this below so that you could just click, download, and have these things ready and set up already. On the first day of school, I also had this sheet for them. Our school theme was space, so I had like an astronaut head that they could do like a self-portrait, and then it had some questions below about what their goals were this year. and what were they most excited about this year, and what did they really want to learn this year. And I really like that because it told me what they wanted to learn, what they were excited for, and it gives them a chance to think about what their personal goals were going to be this year. So those are some things that you might want to be thinking about and preparing for and jotting down as the first day of school rolls up on us. And I hope this video was helpful. If you have anything else that maybe I didn't mention, please comment down below so that we can all really just get ideas from one another. And yeah, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't